WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, broadcasting from the Xfinity studio only from Comcast. A big 9 o'clock hour at 9:20. The Chocolate Thunder documentary on Comcast Sports Day. You know about this?
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, well, the director's on the line. Let's get Tony up here. Give him some love for the Chocolate Thunder documentary. Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very well. Very well.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about the doc, Tone.
Oh, it's a great documentary. Of course, Darryl Dawkins was a world-famous athlete for the Philadelphia 76ers back in the 70s and 80s. And this is a story on his lifestyle and his career when he played with the Sixers in the NBA.
Yeah, it's great stuff, man. He was such a figure.
Yes.
But he was very poetic. He was before his time in a lot of ways. Great ball player. You forget he was so raw as he was a man-child coming out of high school, who was 6'11", could jump. Obviously was incredibly strong, and was kind of an athletic freak, right, Tom?
Yes, he was. He was very athletic. He can shoot, he can jump, he can dribble the ball. Like Roby said, he had that right hand. He couldn't dribble left, but he had that right hand. But he's more famous with the way he broke the backboards. He was the only guy breaking backboards back in those days, and he broke 2 backboards and the rim in a 10-day span. And the NBA said, look, you're going to have to stop breaking these backboards or we're going to have to start fining you. And they did. They started fining them, I think, like $5,000 for each backboard that he started breaking.
Well, it wasn't the famous one. I remember watching it live as a little boy.
Yeah.
When he broke the backboard against the Kings.
Right.
And he had a poem the next day. Glass flying, Robinson crying.
That's when they were in Kansas City.
Thank you, Wham Bam Miami.
Yes. And he was a great DJ too, right?
Yeah, he was a rapper and a DJ. He started rapping during those days in the NBA when no one was doing it back then.
Tony,
nobody was doing it. He started out as a poet, like Muhammad Ali. He was doing that poetry kind of stuff, and some people think of him as possibly the first rapper, back in those days.
Tony, what did you find out doing the documentary about his life that you didn't know going into the film?
I didn't know that he changed the jury rule in the NBA. I didn't know that. He wore a lot of jewelry when he played basketball.
Yeah, thick chains.
Yeah, a bunch of chains and earrings and stuff. So they stopped him from doing that.
They ruled all that stuff out because of
Darryl Dawkins.
Of Darryl? Wow.
Yeah. But I also didn't know that he was such an intelligent man. He had a lot of knowledge of basketball, and he loved people. He loved his fans. He always was willing to help people, and I just thought he was a great person, all around. He just did so much for so many people, and he did a lot for the game of basketball.
Yeah, just great stuff, and of course, World is such a good friend of his, and
yes,
I love what they do, and the stories that he has of Darryl Dawkins, and he was a iconic figure here, man. He was such a fascinating guy. I'm sure you had a great time doing the documentary.
Oh, it was awesome. And if you haven't seen it, you can see it tonight on Comcast, CSN Channel 34 at 7 p.m. That's when it's airing it. And Comcast is doing a special for Black History Month. They're showing his life story.
Well, Tony, listen, man, congratulations. Great work. I'm a big fan, so it was really, really well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tony. There he is, the director of the Chocolate Thunder documentary. Darryl Dawkins was that guy. He was that guy. We had World in telling those stories in the meat locker.
Darryl Dawkins is another reason why I loved the 76ers when I was a kid.
You're a hoop head, aren't you?
I love basketball. And I love, that era, at that time, late 70s through the early, mid-80s, when, those teams were here. Doc was here, and, Bobby Jones, Andrew Toney, Dawkins. Man, those guys were so fun to watch. They were so fun to watch.